What do I know about cigars? Not much. Hey, how's it going, and welcome to Whiskey Whims with me, Stuart. Today we've got a box, and it's a cigar box. We're going to look at my cigars because people do ask about them. So it's not going to be a long video, it shouldn't be too long. But yeah, so I'm not an aficionado of cigars or anything like that. One of my friends, who's also a Patreon, but he actually assisted me with buying cigars, kind of giving me a rough idea of what would go with my flavours, like what I like, and he's hit the nail on the head on a few of them. So we'll go through them anyway. This is my Humidor. It's nothing fancy. It's got a little gauge on the front for the humidity and a glass window. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to tip the cigars everywhere. There's a little story to go about this Humidor, which I'll tie in quickly. The guys that I have a kind of whiskey chat with, and who are involved in the TAPS AF International Bottle Split or Bottle Share. We've got a group chat, and for every time a birthday comes up, we buy gifts for each other, and it's either a whiskey or something like this. So one year they decided to get me a Humidor because I didn't have one, and they got me a cracking one, a really nice one, which is now elsewhere. It's not in the bin, guys. It's getting used. But this isn't that one because my mum also got me a Humidor that same year. It was pure coincidence, and although I got one from my friends, unfortunately mum comes first. Well, not unfortunately, but yeah, my mother comes first. So this is the Humidor I'm using. It's pretty bog standard. It's got a little separator inside and two humidifiers. I don't know if I'll go into details about taking a video on that. I'm not sure if that's how in depth I want to go. But anyway, as you can see, that's kind of there. The gauge is pretty good. The gauge seems calibrated, it seems accurate. I've got these little humidifiers. They don't really seem to hold water that well. I've been told about these kind of packets that you get. These packets here, different kind of humidity packets that you can use. But what tends to work, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, somebody might be able to tell me and someone might be very upset, is I use like a little a little ball of fluff or cotton, and I just wet that every so often. I wet the box, like I said, I'm no expert on this. I wet the box every so often, try and keep the humidity as close to the good part of the scale. I don't know if this pops out, it might pop out, I don't want to break it. But anyway, on that gauge, it's got a little kind of bracket for where the ideal humidity is. So anyway, we'll get down to what I've got. I've got a random Henry Winkleman in here, a half Corona. I'm not sure why, it's in a packet as well, but it's in there. I've got this Alec Bradley Black Market, quite a dark cigar, quite a heavy cigar. My only issue with these cigars is when you smoke the full cigar, this kind of strength, it can make you a little sick. So you need to take your time with it and kind of, I don't want to say not be patient, try to think what the word is. It's like what is it the sailors say about the sea? You need to respect it. Yeah, you need to respect it. You need to take your time with it. That's what I was trying to get. So you need to respect it. You can't just smoke it willy-nilly. Whereas you've got like a lighter one here. This one caught my eye, and the reason I purchased this is because it's a 12-year-old vintage. I've never had an aged cigar before, but it's been matured in bourbon barrels. It's, oh my god, I'm going to murder this. It's Tabacalera or Tabacalera Perdomo. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but yeah, it's matured in bourbon barrels, which is a bit weird. So there's that one. There's the Flor de las Antillas, or Antilla, which is I think it's the father of my son. These are one of the ones that Bart specifically picked out and said to me, and these are cracking. I think I've got two of them. I'm not sure what the size are. This could be a Robusto, or this could be a Robusto. it doesn't tell you the sizes on them, but someone will be able to tell. One's bigger and one's smaller. But yeah, I've got 2 of them, and these are cracking. Really do enjoy these. So yeah, we've got them. We've got a La Aroma de Cuba, which I purchased one of these over in Italy when I was just there. I'm pretty sure it was a lighter one. I might be wrong, but I'm almost certain it was lighter than this. This seems quite dark. But yeah, this was fantastic as well that I had over in Italy. The one that I had was nice and light. It was easy just to kind of switch off and smoke it without thinking too much, and I could have a little drink with it. Sometimes when I'm drinking with cigars, they don't mix. It's better to have either a cigar beforehand, or I don't think it's a good idea just drinking and then having cigars. I always think it's good having them beforehand, or just not drinking at all, or just having like 1 or 2. But if you get carried away with the drink and you're smoking cigars, it can be really quite upsetting the next day with regards to, well, for me, headaches, a little sicky feeling, and my throat's just gone. Whereas when I smoke them with respect, give them a little bit of time, treat them as a soul companion, I don't know what I'm saying, then I have a better time with them. Anyway, the next cigar is a Romeo and Julieta. This says 1875 Reserva Real. I don't know what that means, but that's the cigar there. I went for this because it was a nice light one, nice small. We've got a really dark one here. This is probably the darkest. La Gloria Cubana Classic Maduro. Yeah, this is going to be, I think this is going to be a hefty one. It's one of the smaller ones as well, but I try to get smaller if I'm going dark. The darker I go, the smaller I go. So yeah, that one's going to be a real hefty hitter, I believe. This Tatui, yeah, it's got to be Tatui, T-A-T-U-A-J-E, Tatui. This says Fausto Estelli. This is another dark one, but I've had this one before. Yeah, and this has never caused any issues. It's always been quite good. I just noticed this has got a little bit of a, dare I say, pube coming from the bottom of it. One that I've kind of went for a stab in the dark. I'm not sure if I need to cut this end before I burn it. Someone please tell me. I obviously need to cut that end to smoke it. But it's Nica Rustica, Nica Rustica, which says Connecticut Broadleaf, by Drew Estate, Nicaragua. So you've probably seen a theme if you know cigars, if you're into cigars. I'm not really into cigars that much to know anything, but most of these are Nicaraguans. I've had a couple Cubans. Personally, I don't see, this is probably a bad thing to say as like a whiskey reviewer, I don't really see much difference in them. There might be a slight difference, but I feel like you're kind of paying for the brand or the locale rather than the cigar itself. It's like buying a Mercedes or whatever when there's other cars that are just as good. You're kind of more buying for the badge rather than the automobile, the vehicle itself. Anyway, another Alec Bradley Black Market. So this one's a little thinner. I'm guessing the only thing that's different in these two is the size. As you can see, one sticker. This one was bought over in Italy as well. This one was bought online. The next I have is, this feels actually quite dry. Oh no, it seems alright. I'm not sure how you, somebody was telling me if you can, I think if you touch the end of the cigar when you smoke it and it's quite spongy, then that's a good sign. It shouldn't be too soft, it should kind of bounce back, but it should have a good soft feel to it. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but anyway, this is a Quorum JC Newman cigar, once again another Nicaraguan. Yep, Nicaraguan cigar. And the last one, this came in a tin. I can't remember what this one is with regards to what the name is, but this is a Romeo and Julieta again, and I just noticed that says Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic. So I wonder if they come from the Dominican. Where's the other Romeo and Julieta? Ah, there it is. Yeah, so this must come from the Dominican. Anyway, So that's the other cigar, and I'm sure this one came in a tin, so I don't really know much about it. But anyway, that's my cigar collection. I don't think it's much, it's enough to keep me going. I don't smoke often, to be honest. I don't smoke in the house, so it's weather permitting, and obviously in Scotland the weather's not the greatest, so it's not like I'm always getting out the back smoking a cigar, but there are occasions where I can get out and I can have a cigar. But like I said, it's more on occasion, kind of once in a blue moon, if you will, or not even that, maybe once every couple months or something. I don't think I could put a distinct like how many I smoke, but I know I don't smoke a lot. I just smoke seldom, I'd say. I think seldom's a better word. So yeah, that's the collection. What do I know about cigars? Not much. Mostly what I know came from Bart. Best burning with a match, which is usually, I think that's quite common knowledge, instead of burning with a lighter, because you can get some of the gas and it can ruin the flavour of the cigar. So I've got these little bad boys, Zero. They're quite long. They're actually really hard to light. It doesn't just light like that. You need some pressure, and sometimes they can snap. So they're probably quite cheap, but that's what I used to light them. I've got 2 cheap cigar cutters as well that I maybe need to invest in more expensive ones, but I've got one that it's a straight hole through, which is good. It's sharp enough, it cuts the cigars, it doesn't squash them. And then I've got this one as well, which actually stops any cigar falling, which I quite like, because what I tend to do is, Bart told me this advice, is when you get a cigar, put it on the table, keep it flat, keep it flush, and cut it that way, and that should be just enough to cut it. So that's why this one's quite good, because in the cigar head, or the remains of the cigar, doesn't just go everywhere. It kind of gets stored in this little pocket, and then you can just bin it. So that's what I know. Burn slowly. I'm not trying to teach anyone how to smoke cigars. This is just what I've been told and what I know. So yeah, burn the cigar slowly. Let it get at a good temperature. Don't take draws too often, I was always told. Keep it at a nice temperature. Don't tap the cigar to get rid of the ashes. Always kind of roll it on the ashtray to get rid of it. And I think that's all I really know about cigars. Yeah, and always try and smoke it in, well, I'm not sure, try and smoke it in one session, because reburning it can kind of ruin the flavour or add different flavours to it. But when it's dark cigars, I tend to smoke them in 2 sessions, so maybe over 2 nights or over a couple nights. But it does change the taste and the experience. And I would say it's better smoking them all in 1 session. But anyway, that's my cigar collection. I didn't want this to go on too long, so I hope it's not. I hope it's been something you've enjoyed. So thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, this has been Whiskey Wins. I'll see you later.